today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series Kylo Ren. This is the smaller 3 3/4 inch release of the new Black Series Star Wars figures. Picked this up from Walmart, which is one of the only few places, as to my knowledge, where you can get the Black Series smaller figures as opposed to the 6-inch figures that we've already had a look at. Warning, choking hazards, small parts not for children under 3 years of age. It's recommended for ages 4 and up. On the back of the package, a brief read-up says, Kylo Ren, the Dark Warrior strong with the Force, Kylo Ren commands first-order missions with a temper as fiery as the unconventional lightsaber. That is also preceded with several other languages. We've got Kylo Ren up at the top there, and StarWars.com/The Force Awakens. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up, but when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Star Wars Black Series Kylo Ren. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Okay, so having a look at the figure itself, Spot's already had a look at the 6-inch Black Series Kylo Ren. We've also had a look at the standard version of Kylo Ren, which, by the way, let's just bring into the camera right now. There is the original Kylo Ren. Now, this would be mass-produced. This one would be released everywhere. And again, I think this one's only released to a Walmart exclusive selection. The trade-off, of course, this one has a lot more articulation. This one does not. If you recall, when we had a look at this one, let's put Kylo down for a second, his arms could only rotate. Yes, he did have at least posability in his head, and he had the very awkward robe cut in the leg, allowing the legs to move. But that was it. That's all he could really do. This one, on the other hand, at least has a little bit more going on for it. I'm looking at the two figures, though. They are pretty much almost exact to one another. Well, at least in the sense of the head. The head looks like it's pretty much the same, although this one has a little bit more of a darker color, especially in the visor area, than this one does here. I suppose after that, differences do stop. Even like the plastic robe that they've added to the back is not the same robe that's on the Black Series, so they've changed that out completely. This Kylo Ren, by the way, as well, you take the lightsaber out of his hand, and this one could not have a removable hilt, or removable blade, I should say. It was just a solid piece of plastic. This one, on the other hand, while still doing that, and while it does look like it's the same lightsaber, this one has a little more in the sense of bells and whistles. The hilt is a lot darker in color than that of the standard version. There's a little bit of extra color that they put on the end, and for some strange reason, the beam, the blade itself, is a lot shinier than the original regular release. If you prefer, however, Kylo Ren to not have the blade extended, he also comes with just a standard lightsaber without the extensions of the energy blades. So you have a couple of different options depending on how you want to have them displayed. In either case, though, Kylo Ren's lightsaber can fit into his hand like that. Or again, you can have, there's really no section where the non-extended lightsaber fits on him, like there's no clipper or anything like that. But again, depending on if you want to have him with it or without it extended, he has the option there. Really like the figure. I guess to some standards, it's really just the 6-inch version scaled down. I prefer kind of in Star Wars mindsets, at least when it comes to figures, I kind of prefer them more in the smaller scale. I'm not as won over, I would say, when it comes to the 6-inch Black Series figures. I don't know, I just kind of think I like a little bit more having the smaller scale. It just kind of reminds me more of what Star Wars figures should be. Just 3 3/4 inch figures. In this case, however, superposable. Take the lightsaber out of his hand. He also has the cloth lower skirt, which is something it carried also over from the 6-inch version. But underneath that, he's got his plastic regular robe, which again was a far cry different from the standard release figure. In the way of his posability, Kylo Ren, the Black Series figure, does have a strange ball joint. It's not really even so much a ball joint in the head. Like, it looks like the whole torso, this whole robe section, is one piece. So when you rotate the head, you basically are rotating all this as well. Shoulders hinge out, very nice, no problems there. He's got the bend in the elbow, which allows also the forearm to rotate, which the other Kylo Ren did not have. He has a waist swivel, and more importantly, he's got nice posability in the legs. The legs move out, forward and back. He has a bend in the knee, which is kind of with the robe closed, it's hard to kind of gauge. In fact, as you can see, I've got it facing the wrong way. There we go. Just adjust it like so. And the leg bends out. He also has a hinge in the foot. So just adjust that out. There we go. I prefer this figure much more to this figure. If you ask me again, I don't know why Hasbro simply gives us choices. Choices are nice, choices in life are good, but why give us a deluxe figure and, let's say, produce billions and billions of these and spend excess amounts of money on these? Why not just give us this figure to start off with? Give us this figure technically in a larger scale figure and scale it right down to a 3 3/4 inch figure. You're using the same mold, if that is what's ended up happening here. You're using the same mold. Why waste money to produce a figure that's $4 or $5 less? Just give us this figure here and call it a day. At any rate, though, today we were having a look at the new Hasbro Star Wars Force Awakens, the Black Series 3 3/4 inch Kylo Ren. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more toy spots heading your way. Thanks for watching, as you always do. I'll see you next time.